So after I made the varsity team, I had my first varsity softball game, and that was about 2 weeks into the season after practicing with these girls, and I felt really shaky going into my first game. I thought I was ready, but at the same time, I didn't really know how this game was going to go down, what level of intensity was going to be, because we were playing a very good team from Macomb, which Macomb is known as a softball powerhouse. So going into it, I was very sort of nervous, just shaky on my feet. And then as the game started, I realized I had pretty much my entire family was there. I had my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, my three baby cousins, and my other uncle, who I hadn't seen in a really long time, all came to my first game. And I didn't play a single inning. I sat the bench. It was me and one other girl, didn't play. But I warmed up the pitchers on the side, but I never actually stepped foot on the field. And it hurt. I remember leaving the field just crying. I was crushed after that game because I didn't get to play. And as much as my parents tried to comfort me and they said, oh, like, you warmed up the pitcher, it was so important, it just, I thought I had worked hard enough. I thought that I earned my spot, and I thought that I had proven myself that I deserved to be on the field. And I remember just watching these girls on the field who I thought that, like, I could play better than them, but they're still taking my spot. And it really hurt at first, and I was so just crushed because of it. But the more that I looked at it, the more I reflected on it, it motivated me more. It made me be a risk taker with how I was training, with how I was presenting myself to the coaches. It made me just really be open-minded to what the coaches were saying to me and maybe receiving it in a more open-minded and caring way. And at the same time, being that risk taker of presenting to the coaches, I can do this, being outside of my comfort zone with diving for plays, putting myself out there with batting, trying to hit the pitches that I normally don't always hit. This experience of, like, being in that first game and just being on the sidelines and just warming up pitchers and not being in the really meat of the action really impacted me in how I viewed the rest of the season. And it was either let it destroy me or really let it motivate me. And I was so lucky that it motivated me to just keep pushing. And it ended with me getting an all-district title at the end of the season because I was a starter. I was a designated hitter for our pitchers, and I worked so hard because I wanted that spot. And as much as it hurt at first, that first game motivated me to be where I was.